Never let anyone disrespect you again. Someone disrespected you today, and you said nothing. You smiled, you nodded, and now you are replaying that moment in your head, wondering why you always freeze. That ends today. Welcome to Void Dojo. Here is the truth that nobody tells you. You do not have a respect problem. You have a signal problem. Every single day you are sending signals to the people around you that tell them exactly how to treat you. And most people are sending the wrong ones without even knowing it. The good news is this: signals can be changed. And when you change them, the way people treat you changes automatically. Without confrontation, without drama, without having to demand anything from anyone. There are 5 things that people who are never disrespected do differently. Not 5 things they say, 5 things they are. And by the end of this video, you are going to understand all 5 so completely that you will never walk into a room the same way again. Let us start with the first one. Number 1. They never over-explain themselves. Think about the last time someone questioned your decision. Maybe it was a coworker who challenged you in a meeting. Maybe it was a family member who criticized a choice you made. Maybe it was someone who simply looked at you in a way that made you feel like you owed them an explanation. What did you do? Most people immediately start explaining, justifying, providing reasons, building a case for why they did what they did. And every single word they say after that first unnecessary explanation costs them respect. Here is why. When you over-explain yourself, you are communicating one thing very clearly. You need this person's approval. And the moment someone senses that you need their approval, they stop seeing you as an equal and start seeing you as someone they can push. People who are never disrespected have mastered the art of the short answer. They say what they decided. They do not explain why. They give reasons when they choose to, not when they feel pressured to. A man named Thomas had a boss who constantly questioned his work decisions publicly. Every time Thomas would launch into a detailed explanation of his reasoning, the more he explained, the more his boss questioned. Then one day, Thomas tried something different. His boss questioned a decision in front of the team. Thomas looked at him calmly and said, "I looked at the data, and this was the right call." That was it. No further explanation, no justification. His boss paused, then moved on. The questioning stopped almost completely within 2 weeks, not because Thomas became aggressive, because he stopped communicating that he needed permission. Number 2. They are completely comfortable with silence. Most people are terrified of silence. Someone says something uncomfortable, and they immediately fill the space with words, nervous words, defensive words, words that make them smaller, not larger. People who command respect have made peace with silence. They understand that silence is not emptiness, it is weight. When someone says something designed to provoke you, and you respond with 5 seconds of quiet eye contact before speaking, you have just communicated something that no words could. You are not rattled. You are not in a hurry. You are not performing for them. Try this. The next time someone says something that is designed to get a reaction from you, pause. Breathe. Look at them calmly. Count 3 seconds in your head. Then respond slowly and deliberately. Those 3 seconds will feel like an eternity to you. But to the other person, they will feel like you just took complete control of the room. Number 3. They protect their time like a weapon. If you are enjoying this and want more, subscribe right now. This channel goes deeper into this every single week. How you treat your own time tells everyone around you how much your time is worth, and people will pay exactly what you charge. If you respond to every message immediately, your time is worth nothing. If you say yes to every request, your time is worth nothing. If you rearrange your schedule every time someone needs a favor, your time is worth nothing. People who are never disrespected are not rude about time. They are simply clear about it. They take time to respond. They think before committing. They say no without lengthy explanations. And that deliberateness communicates value. A woman named Claire had a coworker who constantly dumped last-minute work on her, knowing she would always say yes. Claire started responding differently. Instead of immediately agreeing, she started saying, "Let me check my schedule and get back to you." Then she would wait several hours before responding. Sometimes she said yes, sometimes she said no. But the pause alone changed how the coworker treated her within days. She had not become aggressive, she had become valuable. Number 4. They never react, they respond. There is a difference between reacting and responding that most people never learn. Reacting is automatic, it is emotional. It is what happens when someone pushes your button and you give them exactly the explosion they were looking for. Responding is deliberate, it is chosen. It is what happens when you decide how this interaction is going to go, instead of letting the other person decide for you. Toxic people, aggressive people, disrespectful people, they are all testing you constantly. They are looking for the button, the thing that makes you lose control, because the moment you lose control, you have handed them everything. People who never get disrespected have found their button and disconnected it, not by suppressing their emotions, by processing them fast enough that they never become visible. When someone says something designed to humiliate you in public, the most powerful response in the world is a calm half smile and a subject change. Not because you are weak, because you just communicated that their attempt did not land. And nothing destroys a disrespectful person faster than watching their attack produce zero effect. Number 5. They know exactly who they are. This is the most important one, and it is the one that makes all the others possible. Every technique in this video only works if it comes from a real place. You cannot fake unshakable calm if you are genuinely rattled inside. You cannot hold silence with confidence if you secretly need the other person's approval. You cannot protect your time if you actually believe your time is not worth protecting. The foundation of never being disrespected is not a set of behaviors. It is a settled identity. It is knowing so clearly who you are and what you stand for, that other people's opinions of you become genuinely irrelevant. Not because you are pretending they do not matter, but because you have something more solid to stand on than their approval. The samurai called this Fudoshin, immovable mind. It is not a state you perform, it is a state you build. Through every moment you choose your own response over a reaction. Through every time you protect your energy instead of giving it away. Through every silence you hold when someone expected you to break. You build it one decision at a time, and once you have it, nobody can take it from you. Here is what changes when you apply all 5. You stop attracting disrespect not because you become intimidating, but because you stop radiating the signals that invite it. People sense something different about you before you say a word. They cannot explain it. They just know that testing you would be a mistake. That is not power that comes from fear. It is power that comes from being completely at home in yourself. And that kind of power cannot be taken from you because nobody gave it to you in the first place. Tell me in the comments, which of these 5 do you struggle with the most? Over-explaining, silence, time, reacting, or identity? Drop it below. I read every single one. Subscribe. The next video in this series is going to hit even harder. The path is long. Walk it anyway. This is Void Dojo.